What's up, Lumir? All right, it's hump day. Right on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other friggin' better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, two idiots who misinterpret the news so you don't have to. The dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices. And ours. Lumir, you're in my seat. I got AFK booted. Giveaways are open on both streams. You need to !bundle me on both streams if you want to get in on the streamer bundles. If you want to get on the Steam key giveaway on Laz's side, you need to do ! I love free shit. If you want to get in on the Steam key on my stream, you need to pound the booty.
Pound it.
Why not? Why not, right? Why not?
Good.
Yes, and so far nobody has joined this meeting. I guess they're doing it on a phone call. I don't know.
Better for you.
Yeah.
Lumir, put your mic in front of your mouth, will you?
Minute and a half or so to join her. I will leave. Actually, I'll just leave now, and they'll ping me if I'm actually needed.
Give me the number. I'll join the meeting.
Yeah, no. It was a termination meeting.
Yeah.
I
Not
can
a
say
fun one.
I can say you're fired just along with the next guy. You're
Tell,
fired.
Yeah.
tell them they're fired for stealing your stapler.
The
You're
red
fired.
swing line stapler. Yes.
Absolutely. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is hump day. Wednesday, September
Yes.
25th, 2024, here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar, and a storm is headed this way. Don't
Oh,
know
yes.
which way it's headed yet.
Aren't
Well,
you aren't you sp-
that,
aren't you supposed to be getting bands of rain already?
As they are threatening as we speak. I'm gonna
Okay. Okay.
well,
bring the
the weather
map
was
up.
so bad. Weather is so bad there. This band.
Band.
No, a
And
band of rain. But Laz is in Florida. How is the eye all the way over like
yeah,
but the eye's all the way by the Yucatan Peninsula and it's supposed to like make landfall when?
as well. If you can see, well, I'll give you this
Yeah.
link here just so you have a copy of it. If anybody wants to look along here in Discord, you can bring this up. This is the Wonder Map, and you can
Yeah.
choose your different looks and stuff like that. This is the track. It's looking like it's going to go directly to Tallahassee right now.
Oh,
This is just the
well,
radar picture that I'm looking at, and if I turn,
I guess I should get away from Deltona, Florida.
yeah, scroll out a little bit because it should have just come right up to
Yeah.
that. But if you click
No,
on
no,
the,
it went to my location.
okay, yeah, if you click on that
And mine
satellite
went.
picture, you'll notice that yes, the outer bands are
Mine
already
went to
starting
Wisconsin.
to hit
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah, they'll go to your local area. But if you click on that satellite
Yep.
picture, you'll see that Florida is already covered with clouds. And if you zoom in, you'll
Getting some
notice that
rain.
we already got some rainstorms coming in over Deltona and Daytona. You know, slightly right there, but yes, as of right now. And then of course you can put it in motion, and you can see the very slowly moving. I'll make speed that up to like 30 times. But yes, when you look at it on radar, you go, "Oh, it don't look too bad." But when you look at it on satellite, you go, "Holy fuck, that's a big ass storm." Yeah,
It's just some cloud cover, man. Just
yeah.
some cloud cover.
And then there's
It's
another one all
almost
the
the
way
entire
down.
Gulf.
Yeah, and then there's
The
another one a little
Hurricane
further.
John in the Pacific.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
don't
that
know
one's
which
gonna
way that one.
slam Mexico.
Don't know where that's going. Hadn't noticed the track for that one yet. Doesn't. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
It's just going to stay right down where it is. It looks like. No, it's making a
yeah.
U-turn. Making a U-turn. It looks like. But yeah, slamming
Yep.
into Mexico down there. But currently, just a couple light drizzles here, but expecting it to start coming down a little bit more throughout the day here today, and again tomorrow. Don't know exactly whether or not we'll be here tomorrow just yet, but
Yeah, yeah. On that map, how do I see the all the hurricane stuff? I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing the things circling around.
go first off, scroll down to tropical storms and check the box that says active storms on the right hand
Yep.
side, and then you'll see the hurricane tracking stuff. It
I'm
says
waiting for the
6,
Colorado River to.
but I currently only see 2 on the map.
It's got stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's got stuff.
But this one's going to be coming. It looks like it's going to go straight up to Tallahassee before it turns to Alabama and Georgia. And again, it could be anywhere from here to here. Definitely hitting the panhandle,
Yep.
or what they call Big Bend, which is right there, right between Tallahassee and Gainesville, where it curves. So it's either going to be in Big Bend or it's going to be right on the panhandle. Looks like it's going to be smack in the middle for us, is what it looks like. So.
I see Cuba's getting a nice big storm.
Oh yeah, well, that's the same storm. It's exactly what you're looking at right now. Is they're getting, at least the tip of Cuba is getting soaked right now. they're getting pretty
We
wet
got
down
stuff, man.
there.
Got
Yeah.
stuff.
So
Rain for Cuba. Rain for
again,
Cuba.
don't know what tomorrow is going to bring yet. So just giving you all a heads up on that one. Yeah, it was, Congress has always wondered that the U.S. Caribbean coast is not covered by huge dikes and dams like the Netherlands when I hear about these storms. Dikes and dams are usually in place for places that are below sea
Flood.
level. Below sea level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Florida is like inches above sea level.
Well, feet. You know,
Inches.
the highest
Centimeters.
highest point above sea level is like 200 feet here in Florida. I think that's Mount Dora is a whole 200 feet above sea level. But yes, a lot of storm surge coming in, and of course these are the ones we don't like. We don't like when they come in off the Gulf because this is the nasty side right here on the east side. When they come in off the west on the east coast and they come in that way, it's a little less severe on the west side, as you'll see. I'll bring this back up. Now, this side is not as bad as when you're on this side, and when it's coming up this way through the Gulf, these are the ones that cause us all sorts of headaches. When it comes in off the east coast, and we're getting this side of the hurricane to hit, it's really not as bad because when this comes through, it'll usually slow it down, and then the rest of it just becomes just a big rainstorm. But this is slated to be up to a Category 3 by the time it gets here. Currently, I think, what is it right now? Is it telling me here?
I mean, that looks like it would be more like Friday before landfall fall.
It's coming, yeah, by usually the times are here if you can click on them. But for some reason, it doesn't
Yeah.
work on my map anymore when you actually click on those
Oh,
things.
Thursday evening is what weather.com is saying
Yeah.
for
So,
landfall.
well, that's where the actual eye of the storm is going to hit. Thursday afternoon, it's going to
Yeah.
be right, directly parallel to us and spitting down a
Tampa
whole
to
bunch of wet stuff. Yes.
Jacksonville
Well, thank you,
or
Tina.
something like that. But yes,
Yeah,
Laz, stay
200
safe.
feet molehole is no mountain. Yes, we understand that absolutely. Which is
Yes.
what the joke about Mount Dora is, being 200 and something above. What is it? I'll look it up real quick. Is Mount Dora? I think it's 212 feet above sea level.
Yep.
Elevation of, sorry, 167 feet, not even 200 feet. Yes, so I always say 200. I don't know why, but yes,
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
gonna get a little wet over here in my area. So for tomorrow's release day, well, hopefully we'll it not be too wet and we'll be able to do release day tomorrow. But again, just giving you all a heads up that we may not be here and we'll have to wait till Friday to get that latest news. So just
Will be
giving you
something.
all, yeah, just giving you all a heads up. But meanwhile, we're gonna get
Hey,
started today.
we have a template for some release notes or
Oh,
an empty placeholder for it.
where is the placeholder?
Release patch notes.
Release patch notes. Oh, for the patch
Yep.
notes.
Build number
Yes,
17XX on September
17
26th at
XX. Yes.
10:30 a.m. Yeah.
Allium is up to
Yeah.
getting ahead of herself.
Hey, I mean, it's managing WordPress. These things are hard.
Yes. But meanwhile, we are going to get started with our buddy Conjure a Dragon today,
Oh no.
bringing us some interesting topics as always. And I don't know if I agree with this one, truthfully or not. So let's get
The
to it.
beginners play starting zones. I have accompanied a few new or returning players through the starting zones quest. Solace Bridge Massacre, Solace Bridge Outskirts, Sultan, where the player meets Arabella for the first time, which gives the quest to visit High Vale and Blood River, High Vale Massacre, High Vale Outskirts, Blood River Massacre, and Blood River Outskirts. Problem: when a new avatar goes through the starting zones and does all the quests and fights, it rises too fast and achieves adventure level 40 while still being in those starting zones, which all mean all tier 1 zones become trivial too soon. The problem was created by the doubling of XP, and the doubling of XP, and the doubling of XP. Before a player would end the starting zones with half the XP and a lower level. If possible, I would suggest to remove quick levels when having earned enough XP to go from skill 1 to 20 in one go when using the skill due to the low cost of early skill levels. Even if enough XP is earned, the avatar should always gain only one skill level and the next only on the next use of the skill.
Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. Conjurer, let me just see something here. I'm going to open this in a new link. You were last seen. Does it tell me? Yeah, you've been here since day one. Okay, so you've been here since 2013. So you do recall back when that was. All right, I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
As I was going to say, most people have been here long enough to know that it's always been the way it is right now. So you're one of the few people who are still around from the time when
The doubling of XP that followed by the doubling of XP followed
right.
by
Yes.
now we introduce double XP. Yes.
But
um
the question is, when is double XP again? Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody just recently
Probably.
stated that we don't get enough double XP throughout the
Events.
events throughout the year. Yes. So, but this is you're going under the assumption there also that, and again, because you're accompanying them, you know what to do, where to go, how to do it. An adventurer on their own may not follow that exact path because a lot of people, once they get through the initial opening scene and get to the outskirts, usually winds up walking out of the outskirts and then they start wandering and they don't go directly to Solace Bridge. They don't go directly to, the Sultan. Then they don't go directly to High Vale and Blood River or the Massacre or the outskirts of either of those places. Most of them
the
tend
other
to
question
stay
is-
on the East Coast.
There's also another question that's not asked in this. Why do all starting players start in Solace Bridge?
Well, that used to not be the
Again.
case too. Yes.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah. Also, many of the original starting zones are over here. Yeah. Where are the original starting zones?
Well, you had High Vale, you had Blood River, and you had Solace Bridge.
No.
The starting zones?
The level 1 starting zones, yes.
Those were the
Hidden Vale. 90% of them were on the Hidden Vale. Yeah, remember that?
Because
you used to start in Braemar, and then you had to make your way to Owl's Head before we made Solace Bridge a thing, and then.
But Laz, that's also pre.
I understand that, but
that's like going back to release 8, where the Hidden Vale was not the main continent. And they were using that as, hey, here's our proof of concept for everything.
Right, but where are all the level 1 and 2 zones? Hidden Vale. That's
well,
all. It's all I'm pointing
well,
out. Is
hold on,
a lot of those zones are on the Hidden Veil.
let's go look at this tier 1 scenes. High Vale is not. Kings Road is. Mariah Outlook, I don't know where that is. North Valeway is. Is that Hidden Vale or not? I can't remember. Solace Bridge, South Valeway. No, wait. I think the Valeways are around Ardoris. Let's click on those and see where they're at. Of course, it doesn't show up on the fucking map.
Yeah, it doesn't actually tell you all this on the map. I know.
Yeah, well, it doesn't show. It doesn't link to like a map location of where it's at. Sultan Catacomb, Solace Bridge out, the Silo Silban, the tutorial scenes, Blood River, Brittany Graveyard, High Vale outskirts, Remnant of the Past, and Blood River are not in the Hidden Vale, but maybe the South and North Valeway are actually in the Hidden Vale.
Yeah, that's because that's where the veils are. Yes.
Yeah, and the Hidden Vale was the original location for development. I mean, Owl's Head Camp, Vale Mark, and a bunch of other POTs. The first real adventuring scene was killing spiders in Owl's Nest. Then so it's like, yeah, sorry, Valeways are in the Vale, Hidden Vale. Sorry, yes, thank you, Conjurer. But yeah, and they were remember they were supposed to upgrade all of the Hidden Vale scenes to tier 5+ and stuff like that.
So supposed to, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Shroud of the Half.
Yeah, we're supposed to get Hidden Veil off of Unity 4.0, was it, or whatever it was?
Yes.
Whatever it
Yes,
was
because
programmed
the Hidden
in.
Veil stuff is developed in Unity 4, so that's why Owl's Head performs more like ass than everybody else. And Laz, you know that Discord update that you got earlier?
Yeah.
It's now available on my computer.
Yay.
Yeah, rolling updates. But as far as starting scenes, why can't players choose their starting scenes? What happened to that? Then
Forcing everybody to become an archer. What a crocker crap.
yes, yeah. Well, the part of it. I mean, part of it is like realistically, Magic needs such a massive overhaul in Shroud, and the it's like you should have your choice of starting equipment for your player.
Yeah.
And that gives you some skills related to that.
Yeah.
And then
again,
better tutorials, things like that.
One of them things that still sticks in my side was that one of the starting places was supposed to be right here, Blood River. Okay, and this is where all your mages were supposed to come out. And I placed my towns specifically in this area because I was working under the general premise that a majority of your players were going to pick a mage-like character because they all were going to want magic, and they would all be pumping themselves out of Blood River and into this area where they would find these towns. Of course, yeah, that was supposed to be a thing, but the chicken room or just
Shroud of the Half asked.
Yeah. But meanwhile, then they took, of course, the one where is the other place? The Resolute right here in the middle. Now you could have just popped in at a Resolute, which was the other one right here.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, we're just going to make everybody pop out on the East Coast, and those people who got onto the East Coast, get all the players in the game who come out of Solace Bridge and the outskirts. Yeah.
And
Backstabs
Tina's calling quarter-assed at
at
best.
best.
Quarter-assed. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one where, like, how many proof of concept systems are we still dealing with?
All of them.
And oh yeah, yeah. But let's go back to Conjurer's Post, and look at Spoon's
Spoon.
comment. Completely agree. I'd even include most tier 2 being trivial as well after they are done. And the issue is older than that, since that not only affected Mob XP and not Quest XP, so more Mob XP made it slightly worse, but not by that much. Back in the only days, we only had the battle, Solace Bridge, High Vale, and Blood River scenes and no outskirts. That is when Tier 1 and Tier 2 scenes made sense from a challenge level. But the new player experience was it's still absolute ass, dude. So they added the outskirts, which made it much better and far more fun for newbies. I will agree, it's much better for newbies. But
Yeah,
it's still
we decided to give them free lots because they were supposed to be rare, but we decided to screw that pooch and give them away for free so that people could take all that land that we created when we sold way too many player-owned towns that we were only supposed to have about 25 of to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is when
talk about the olden days. Yes.
Yeah, that is when Tier 1 and Tier 2s made sense from a challenge level. And that's also, how do we harm our own business model again? But the new player experience was much worse, so they added. Sorry.
You're right.
It made all the Tier 1 and Tier 2 scenes redundant, but by then they didn't see the issue, and once they did, they didn't have the man hours to adjust everything. The problem is that there are 3 outskirts at the same tier, so going from the first to the second outskirt doesn't feel like a challenge progression, and going from the second to the third outskirt, the mobs start getting boring. So if you do all in order, you are almost never challenged by the mobs until you hit the lick in the tower like a brick wall.
The lick?
Yes. Because the lick. Because, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? I mean, are you supposed to sit there and be like a red man with a glass jug with a bunch of red liquid inside of it and blow through the wall and say, "Oh yeah"?
Do we want to explore this other link he's got here? Or do we want to finish his post first?
The Shroud of the Immersion being directionless.
Yes.
I mean, that's from 2019.
I understand that. Yeah. You got to give it to Spoon. He does his research just like we do, but yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, this is
Spoon's
part of.
Been around since the Ultima days, so gotta give the boy credit where credit's due.
Well, the reason like some of this is so damn easy is because you were supposed to start on one.
Give that boy a cookie. Tina's got it right there, but you really weren't supposed to do them in order.
Yeah.
Or you weren't supposed to do them all.
And you were
only supposed to do one. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can get your
Shroud
free row lot in any of the outskirts. Any of the 3 outskirts, you can achieve that row lot by finishing those starter quests in any of those 3 areas. A lot of people don't know that. Most people think that you have to do it through Kinsey, which is not actually correct. You can get it through the Blood River outskirts or the other outskirts, the High Vale outskirts.
I don't know. I've had my Shroud forever.
Not talking about the Shroud, talking about the starting deed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I haven't redone those things.
Yeah, I saw Vulcan Jedi saying he's gone through the storyline for the fourth time, coming out with the totally black Shroud, and he was impressed. And I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Not hard to do.
Oh, Conjurer's like, well, you meet Arabella and Sultan, resolute and airy, and she gives you the quest to do the other two massacres and outskirts.
Yes,
Because Shroud math,
meet
man. Shroud
Arabella
math.
in many places throughout. Yeah,
Yeah.
that chick gets around. I tell you what,
Yes.
and she gets around as much as a $2 hooker. I tell you,
Yes.
she's everywhere.
And since the starting zones are littered with dummies / targets, that would only mean longer time at those to apply the XP to skills. Also, while I don't remember the math, the feeling that mobs go from difficult to trivial is a lot from the adventure level, not the skills themselves. So just gaining the XP and going up levels is a problem in itself. So I don't think there's a quick fix. Instead, they painted themselves into a corner by shit design. There are solutions, but they would take a lot of bandwidth, which the project doesn't have. Would have been nice with actual design docs of what's essential and what's not. And Conjure, I rarely use the dummies. I never understood why I would do that and not earn XP the same time I spend XP when doing quests and killing mobs, while actually using my skills instead of not gaining any XP while safely hammering a dummy. Probably even on auto attack while having cake and coffee. Well, if you build up that pool high enough, it makes it easy, man.
Jack does it all the time.
Yeah.
That's why we have dummies right here on the lot. Jack beats on the dummies all the time.
I have to learn my mounted
Your mounted skills,
speed
yes.
and my mounted skills.
Yeah. Beat on the dummy and learn how to get those mounted skills.
Yes. My mounted gallop is still only 93 and carry capacity is 86, and so is the mounted speed focus. But I need to get those to GM, and the best way to do that is beating on a dummy. Because what does beating on a dummy with anything have to do with riding a fucking horse?
Everything.
And Shroud logic. So normal XP, so half compared to nowadays, is in the 3 tutorial areas, not just for combat. What? Make dummies automatically turn off auto attack when using them, and the trainers next to them explain that training with dummies don't give any XP and needs the active effort of the player. That would be a good reason. And you can't use them to train things like pickpocket, which was disabled, root and shield bash, and a few other skills. But making dummies automatically turn off auto attack would prevent me from just getting an XP pool and attacking the dummies to raise passive skills and other things. Yes, Shroud math and Shroud logic. Well, Andrea, kill on sights. She hates beating on dummies. She wants to go outside and do real stuff.
Well, and the Conjurer points that out that, again, I would agree. I would rather be gaining XP while spending XP at the same time instead of just expending XP and not getting anything in return while I was out doing it. I mean,
Well, I'm aware.
Leave the dummies alone. Leave the dummies alone.
Well, the other thing is that a dummy.
Knight Rider and the Coalition to save the dummies.
They should take the UO approach to dummies.
level 30.
It will only get you up to 30 points in a skill.
Yeah. Yes, I'm
And
well aware, Night
boom.
Owl.
Yeah.
Andrew is waiting for Jack to finish this topic so we can do that.
Oh, well, maybe I can do it at the same time. Have Arabella in Sultan and not simply standing or sitting in front of the Sultan. Whatever. Sultan Tavern. Some players are lazy when it comes to talking to NPCs and will skip lots of them, missing the info that they should go to the other tutorial areas first.
Indeed, my point.
Arabella should not be ignorant, or ignorable, but actively approach the player for the first time to inform him about the other two massacre errors and urge him to rush to aid there.
Should we go look up the Where's Stanley video?
No. The ways to do so already exist in the current game. The sneak scene, the guards who react when you enter their circle of noticing, and for the two other guards in the front of the gates of the vigilante camp in Blood River outskirts, they approach you and question. She shouldn't even be in Sultan to do that. It should be before you, like after you leave Solace Bridge outskirts. She should appear on the world map and run and chase after you.
You should appear before you exit. That's
Yeah.
my thoughts.
There's all kinds of ways that would be better story-wise than that. But I get to send a streamer bundle to Tantalus.
Closing the bundles. And
I
Torque.
pulled mine a minute ago.
Torque
But,
is the wiener.
There you go. Tantalus. Check your in-game mail. But, I mean, we could spend all day on Shroud logic related to starting zones and how to improve them. Right?
Oh, well, yeah. Indeed. We can go over all the problems that we're talking about here as well, which, again, is why are we only going to the one area? Why aren't we using all three areas? Why did you change all that? Why didn't you? You were supposed to give everybody freedom, like he points out. People who don't talk to Arabella, don't talk to NPCs, and start just wandering on their own, which I like that part of this game where you're not forced to go from point A to point B, and you can't move on until you see the guy with the exclamation point above his head, because that's where you have to go in order to move on to the next place, like some other video games have. I definitely agree that that's one of those things that we didn't do on purpose. But
and realistically, it's like they need to allow which region that players start in. Let them choose their starting build, per se. And then if you're going to say, and only allow people to do one outskirts, only one, because there's no reason to run all the way across the map, right? Okay, so go back to the map. Bring up your Shroud map. Because you have, so you have starting zone over on this side of the map, on the southeast, then central, central, and then you have far west coast. Why does that? Why would a low-level character have the like why would you need to send them to a starting zone from East Coast, Southeast Coast to West Coast or central of the map to go to other starting zones?
That's Shroud, baby. That's Shroud.
I know, it's Shroud logic. Yes, Conjurer, I am aware that there are 3 paths for the main quest. Okay. But
that's not quite true. The
massacres are not really the starter for each of the quests.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
for
not
the other
quite true.
Because the love quest is really started in Ardoris. The courage one is really started in Resolute. And where is Truth? Truth is started in Sultan?
Gotta be, right?
It started in the Lyceum.
Truth is it because it's not Blood River and the Blood River outskirts.
I don't know. Maybe Lomir's got it right.
Is it Airy? Airy that it really starts in?
No, I'm just kidding. There's no Lyceum in this game.
Well, there's a player-owned town called the Lyceum.
Yeah, that wouldn't count.
Yeah, and
yeah, that's what I thought. It was out over near so Solace Bridge. Love Quest starts.
Well, Solace Bridge, but okay, so I am pasting.
I know. I said Sultan. Yeah.
Thanks to Anpu. There's Blood River, but that's not the Blood River outskirts. Which is the Blood River Massacre the first time. Let's see. But do you actually have to? So you have to investigate that dagger, go to Xenos, go to Crab, blah, 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 blah. The Halls of Artifice, Maze. And then where is... So that is just for the path of truth. But it is one where it's like, it doesn't start in the outskirts. It starts in the starting scene. But I mean, they need to redo all of this and actually make it make more sense, because otherwise, what do you actually learn about love in the love quest line?
But it takes too long.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned that already.
Yes.
Just saying, it takes too long compared to the other quest lines, or the other quest lines way too short. Just depends.
Well, the other quest lines were underdeveloped.
Yeah, well, again,
each quest line was supposed to be the same size as the Truth one, but
Paladin Michael says it's about the bone steel dagger you receive in Blood River, not the outskirts. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. But it is one where it's like they have to update all of that to actually make more sense.
Yeah, because you got to keep in mind that when they added the outskirts, they didn't alter the quest progression just to put the outskirts in. They just added the outskirts with some additional content, but that did not,
some additional quests not related to the storyline.
Right. It didn't alter the original layout of what was already in place. So they
Yeah.
added stuff that you had to do, and then there was somebody at the end who went, "Oh, by the way, if you go over here," and then you
You
proceeded
can.
along the quest lines. Yeah, so I mean, they really didn't do anything to change that. But meanwhile,
Well, yeah. Well, truth and courage are essentially cutscenes.
I
Truth
talk
and
about
courage,
that
both cutscenes.
blessing of Atos timer next.
Might as well. I mean, it's like
We got a couple
if I can.
minutes to discuss.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I gotta find that tab. The feature for the Blessing of Atos timer. Can we get a timer on the Castle Atos Blessing of Atos buff so when it reaches a new higher level, it sticks at that level for a period of time, 5 to 30 minutes before it drops, even if players have left? Many players that come for the buff aren't attentive to what's happening because they temporarily go AFK while waiting for the number of players to increase, which can take a while. This means several players that come for the highest buff level miss out on the peak level as players begin to leave the scene. Or an adventuring party all teleports out at once or does all kinds of things. I mean, it's bad, man. It's Shroud logic. Shroud logic. Quit pointing out Shroud logic, Jackal. A timer on the buff would
Hold
allow these
on.
players to
Yeah.
still get the max buff level achieved when the number of players reached its peak and for a short time. Yeah.
Hold on.
You
So
snooze, you lose.
going back to this other one, Stymie's chiming in. So you want them to spend more time on the beginning scenes than on episode 2? Truth would be sort of served as just a cutscene. New players aren't going to make it to 2. Well, we need an episode 2 first, Stymie. So I'm just going
Well,
to chuck that out the window. There is no episode 2 yet. There's supposed to be an episode 2, but we don't have an episode 2. So is the only reason to buy into episode 2 at this point in time is to open up the Bard skill tree. That's the
Bard
only
skill.
reason to open and buy episode 2 at this point until it is actually finished and has a point to do A, B, C, D and accomplish an objective. Episode 2 is not there yet. So no, I don't even want them to do that. I want them just to do episode 1 and work on getting their shrouds. Anyway, back to this topic.
You want them to actually make the game palatable for new players?
Well, first off, the blessing of Atos and Castle Atos is
It should just be deleted, really.
well, yeah, shouldn't even exist in the first place. First off, the idea of using modified POTs for scenes that people can't use in offline mode, first off, is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Second off, if you're gonna add buffs like this to a special town, they should either be A, usable, or B, non-existent. So it shouldn't sit there and be, I need 12 people to be here or 20 people to be here. If you have other games, you have an objective, and the objective is if you want this buff, you have to, do this, do that, and travel to the point this, and then collect your buff. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
not go sit here and waste a half hour of your playtime waiting for people to come because you want it to increase to a level where it's worth fucking while sitting around getting it. Because, as Jackal points out, it doesn't happen very often. And then, of course,
it mostly happens during the monthly live stream. It's
once a month, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and it makes no sense militarily. It doesn't make sense in period. I think it's more of an ego stroking thing for Chris, realistically,
Who?
to put his castle in. Who? Yeah, exactly. Who? Um, but it's got no bearing on anything and just creates problems. It's a waste of space. But let's get back to Jackal's request.
Conjured, right?
Conjure with only as a safeguard for dropping again, because if it raises and stands at that blessing level for a fixed time while more players arrive to have raised to that already next higher level, that would not be wanted. So a higher blessing level should always be able to overwrite a lower level immediately.
Technically,
Conjure, I think
yes.
that's what he wants.
Yeah, technically, yes.
Yeah.
Or just
The
have
highest number of people.
yeah, or just have the blessing and be fucking done with it at the highest
Yeah.
possible level. Yes.
And it's like,
Well, he answers his question, so we'll move on here.
yeah, it's just stupid. Yes, as a safeguard to dropping, it would not affect on raising buff levels as a new higher buff is reached. That higher buff would begin and a new timer would start immediately. Yeah. Well, the new timer should start when the minimum number for reaching that level is reached. That's when the timer should start. Not before.
The buff should
But
remain
yeah.
the same, and the buff that you get that disappears the minute you leave is worthless.
Yeah,
Okay?
the learning buff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's worthless. I can get
yeah.
that I can get that buff standing here in Owl's Head. Why the fuck do I want to go traveling halfway across the universe to get a buff that I have to stay there for? Because
Hey,
yeah, I
somebody wanted to be special.
because I don't have my crafting supplies, I don't have my expert crafting station, so why would I have a learning buff that I can only use in a situation where it's not useful 95% of the freaking time?
Somebody wanted to feel special, Laz.
Yeah, well, yeah. Special.
Beth
You mean
Joe.
like special ed? What? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah. No, I've had the mighty one, but it's supposed to be some sort of social hub. The
Yes.
solipsistic saying.
Yeah. So is Owl's
Yes,
Head,
it
and so is
is for
Sultan,
newbies.
and you know what? New
So is
Britannia.
every
Yeah,
town.
New Britannia was supposed to be a real social hub, but you see how that fucking worked. You know what it became? It became, let's put our player-owned towns on the outside of it, so people will come to our
Wait,
player-owned towns, so we'll
wait,
never have to
wait,
visit that.
Laz.
What? What?
Go pick a random town. Don't tell me which one you're going to go to.
What do you mean?
And let's an actual questline town, one of the main towns. Like if you went to Brittany, I wouldn't be surprised. Don't tell me what it is, and make sure that it is one of the quest related towns. Okay. So it's got the little flag banner over it.
Okay.
Okay.
I got to look at my map.
Then tell me how many people are in said
well then yeah,
town.
I'm gonna do the most obvious one.
Oh man.
Okay.
Now, we've got that nearby players list up. So
Yeah, I've usually got it up. I'll be surprised if there's more than 2 players, if any at all, here.
I'm going to be lucky if there's one player besides me. So which town did you go to?
2 players. And I'm gonna.
Oh, did you get an Ardoris?
I did not.
Okay, where did you get a Brittany?
I'm sending you a screenshot.
Okay. I went to Erie, where I'm the only one there.
Sultan.
Oh, you went to Sultan.
Come on,
Yeah.
the most obvious one. Yes. Where I knew one of the 2 players
Look.
already. Yes, I already know one of the 2 players there. The Rift Shop, which is I know who that is.
Oops, I didn't want vendor listing. I wanted to look at the lot listings. It's like there's 75 lots in this town.
Yeah, only 30 in this town, and all of them were taken.
Yeah. Oh, they're all taken here too.
Yes,
But
just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna jump to a Doris.
oh, okay. Here I'm going to go to Brittany. And that is going to be Central Brittany. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So now there's
how many people are
one
in
person
Central?
in Sultan, the other person left. Noob Skyblabber with 300 bits. Thank you, Noob.
Realistically, what if Castle Atos is supposed to be a social hub, right?
And I have
For
one player
all of the players
in Adoris. So let's jump to Castle Atos. Let's jump there.
I have 0 nearby players in Central Brittany. And then let's go to Atos.
You and I jumped to Atos at the same time while I get Noob Skyblabber a game key. Noob Skyblabber, what are the chances that you have a copy of Return to Castle Wolfenstein?
But the only reason that people go to Castle Atos are for the buff and the 2 buffs, the 100% learning buff that only works in Castle Atos.
There's actually people here. There's actually 4 other people here.
Yes. And a couple of them are standing inside of the buff pool, or at least one of them is.
There's 2 new people here that I hadn't added to my list.
Yeah.
Oh, you will take it. Very cool. All right.
Yes, but it is one where it's like, does this look like a thrilling, to choose your adjective, scene that has a lot of interactions and a lot of things to do?
There you go, Noob. Return to Castle Wolfenstein is yours.
Yeah. Back on the lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, social hub, not. Yeah, and as you notice, now there's only 3 other people here, and they'll disappear just as quickly as
and they're only there for the buffs. Or is there a training group up right now?
I missed it. Yeah.
Join party? Nope, no groups of it.
That's right. 4 people. A bustling metropolis there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, considering there's a whole 34 people in game right now, I can't say that anything is bustling.
That is
least
kind of
according
cool.
to me. Yeah. What's that?
Streamlabs chatbot. Or Streamlabs desktop is actually showing me a likely ban evader for someone that's posting about viewers. But
really?
I didn't see you ban the person in my chat.
Where are you seeing such a...
It's restricted. Yeah, it was actually...
Where you getting a notification like that? That's what I'm curious.
Yeah, in Streamlabs desktop.
I have Streamlabs
I mean, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but I mean, it's on my channel. You're looking at your channel.
Oh, but I'm asking where you're seeing that so that,
Yeah,
I can keep an eye
yeah, in
out
the
for it.
chat thing. Yeah, in the
In what
chat.
chat thing? In the console?
In Streamlabs desktop.
Yeah, and there's 1,000 tabs on the left-hand side of the desktop.
You don't have a chat window on yours?
I do, but I usually don't have the game giveaway open there. I don't have a chat window open. I have Chatty open for that.
No, 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 no. Not Streamlabs chat bot. Streamlabs desktop.
Yeah, yeah, I've got a
The
chat window
desktop and
there.
the chat bot are completely different
Yeah,
things.
that's Streamlabs, Slobs. Just say fucking Slobs, will you?
Yes. It's in slobs.
Yeah,
It doesn't show up
yeah, all right.
in the
Anyway, it does show up
but
though. The end of
Torque
the show.
getting a
Yeah, the end of the show shows up really quickly here, so we have to go ahead and close out the final giveaways
Steam
of the
key.
day. And Knight
All right.
Rider.
Torque got a streamer bundle. Paladin Michael is getting a glorious Steam key because he wants to be like Brendan Fraser and demaster the Mummy. He's getting a copy of The Mummy Demastered, which is a $20 game.
And there's Knight Rider. Knight Rider, you're getting a streamer bundle. You are a winner. And then we are going to pick our final giveaway winner here today on NBNN. As I close the giveaway, pick ourselves a winner. And Solipsistic Lemur, you are the one. And you are going to get yourself a copy of Ernog Unlimited. Ernog Unlimited.
Yay!
And that is currently $9.99 on Steam. So congratulations to you. And of course, thank you to Noob for those 300 bits. And thank you to everybody for joining us here each and every day. We do appreciate you all. And again, tomorrow, we may not be here depending on what this storm does. So keep yourselves posted to the Tweeterverse and to our Discord because that's where the information will be posted if we are not going to be here. Otherwise, tune in at your regularly scheduled time and check us out tomorrow for release 1:30
Yay!
if we're here. But meanwhile, we got to get out of here for today. We'll be back with more possibly tomorrow right here on NBNN. Until then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
I'm Lomir.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. Stay dry out there, people. We'll see you all
Bye bye.
hopefully tomorrow. Nom nom nom.